Yo, what's up? My name is RetroPat, and here's a quick warning that a lot of what I'm about to say is just my opinion, and it should go without saying that if you disagree with anything or everything I say throughout the video, that is 100% okay. Feel free to present your opposing views politely in the comments, or I encourage you to make your own video explaining what you believe is the best path for new Fallout fans to take. Regardless, thank you for your time and for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. Firstly, I want to say welcome to all of the new Fallout fans. I personally didn't think that there'd be a lot of people interested in this series just from watching the TV show. I thought the TV show was going to be more of a prerequisite knowledge sort of thing, but honestly, I've seen a lot of my personal friends and a lot of people that I know come to me saying they're interested in the Fallout franchise now after watching the TV show, which is a really incredible thing. And because of that, and because I've been playing Fallout for a very long time with thousands of hours in the franchise, I thought I'd do a decent job at making a guide on how I would recommend new players experience the Fallout universe. And even though I've been playing the series for quite a while, I feel like this guide is decently fair and kind of realistic. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to go spend 1,000 hours on Fallout 1 and 1,000 hours on Fallout 2. Let's just go ahead and get into what I actually think you should be doing. Step 1, I would recommend watching videos covering Fallout 1 and 2, whether it's quick recaps or full-length detailed playthroughs. If you prefer the latter, I would definitely recommend Oxhorn. I really don't expect new fans to go back and play Fallout 1 and 2 themselves, nor do I recommend it. The worlds are fantastic, the characters are great, but the gameplay is old and clunky, and many systems are archaic. Some systems are pretty genius though, and I wish they showed up a little bit more in newer Fallout games, such as your intelligence score physically affecting how you speak, where like if you're dumb in Fallout 1 and 2, you can actually just respond with a to many NPCs, and being dumb enough will lock you out of quests, adding further weight to your skill choices. But preventing players from being able to do things like this is generally seen as bad game design nowadays.
Have you found the chip? Oh, that's great. Can I have the chip, please? No, not that. I want the computer chip. No, the chip. Just give me the chip!
So for better or for worse, I wouldn't even recommend attempting to play Fallout 1 and 2 unless you're a hardcore old school gamer. I would just go ahead and watch videos explaining what those storylines cover. I do consider experiencing Fallout 1 and 2, whether via videos or a personal playthrough, a must for any Fallout fan looking to explore the world and its universe. It's where you learn about the importance of water chips and Gex, where you meet characters like Harold and Marcus, who return in the later games in some of the best side quests in Fallout 3 and New Vegas. You also learn the origin of super mutants, can talk to the creator of drugs like Jet, which are pivotal to the Fallout world. It's all very foundation level stuff that if you're neglecting as a Fallout fan, you're just missing out on hundreds of hours of fun. I think Fallout 1 and 2 probably do the best in the entire series at world building, and it makes sense. It's a lot like a TV show where you get to spend the first season doing a lot of world building, so there's a lot of fun and excitement there. On to step 2. The cool thing about step 2 is you can actually do it while doing step 1 if you're a competent multitasker. But I am actually going to recommend playing Fallout 3 as your first Fallout experience. Now, I know I may get some flack for this, and even I don't believe Fallout 3 is the best game, but I think it's the best starter experience with the way it introduces you from birth to vault to distributing your first special skill points via the children's book, getting your first GOAT test for career aptitude, and eventually even presenting you with your first big moral decision once you reach Megaton. It really just covers a lot about the world in a really short amount of time. Even if you don't finish the game in its entirety, I think playing Fallout 3 for a few solid hours is going to grant you so much experience within the Fallout universe. Fallout 3 was probably also the only game to show extended life in the vaults as opposed to just scavenging and exploring them, which is pretty similar to the TV show where they start off showing you life within the vaults. On to step 3, and in my opinion, this is where things get really fun. Not that they weren't fun before, but Fallout New Vegas is just peak Fallout in my and many others' humble opinion. This is the game that the original Fallout creators from 1 and 2 came back to help create after Bethesda bought the franchise to reboot it with Fallout 3. New Vegas adds back in a lot of the wackiness, a lot of the humor, and a lot of the gritty characters that Fallout 3 was lacking. New Vegas does a really fantastic job of calling back to Fallout 1 and 2, and it feels like the world operates by itself. Whether you exist in the world or not, the New Vegas Strip will still churn a profit, but your effect on the world and its factions is large by the end of the game. All of your decisions have a major impact on the wasteland, and there's many factions which you can change for better or for worse, affecting the lives of hundreds of NPCs that don't feel like NPCs. Do you want to reroute all of the wasteland's power to a specific faction, or possibly give it all to the entire wasteland at the cost of some power outages? Do you want to help Mr. House run the strip, or let another faction run things, or simply just take over and enforce a gentle or harsh rule over the lands and casinos? You have a billion options in New Vegas in every regard. There's not many games that let you speech check your way out of things the way New Vegas does. I strongly recommend taking the Wild Wasteland perk at the beginning of the game, as well as getting the DLC. Fallout New Vegas is constantly praised as the poster child for DLC done right. Each DLC will boast 4 to 12 hours of extra content with beautifully written storylines that feel so far outside of the normal realm of the Mojave Wasteland while still fitting in with the Fallout universe. Also, please, dear God, don't skip dialogue in New Vegas on your first playthrough at least. I know it can be tempting to save time and speed things up, but it's not worth it if you ruin your first time experience. You only have one chance to experience a game like this for the first time, and I know many people who would be willing to trade a limb to re-experience that. On to step 4, and I recommend this one a little bit begrudgingly since I don't even like this game personally, but it's fitting and ironic that for step 4, I do recommend you play Fallout 4. I know a ton of people who have had a lot of fun with this game. For me personally, the power creep and speech options really disappointed me, but if you don't mind it or can push past it, it's a pretty cool setting, and there's awesome new creatures to be discovered, good side quests from what I hear, and solid DLC. A lot of this is from word of mouth for what I consider to be trusty sources, as I've tried to play Fallout 4 many times and lose interest out of disappointment every time without fail. Fallout 4 does have some good quality of life changes like the new transparent looting system, and the opening sequence is arguably the best even from a hater's perspective. Being able to actually see the bombs drop in a Fallout game is a beautiful thing, but if you're coming from the TV show, it may not be as special to you, but it's still cool to see the similarities between Fallout 4 in the TV show, which there will be many of. So if you love the show, I strongly recommend skimming through the still important steps above to get to Fallout 4. I've been seeing a bunch of new fans jumping directly into Fallout 76 or Fallout 4, but I really think if you enjoy the show and the whole world as a whole, the universe itself, there's a lot to be gained from the previous entries. But at the end of the day, just do whatever is best for you. The point of a guide like this is just to give my thoughts and give ideas. Whether you're enjoying your time spent on something is all that matters at the end of the day, and when we can only have so much time of it in this world, every little bit is important. Thanks for watching. If the video was helpful, please quickly leave a like on it. It's seriously a ridiculously helpful way to support all of the creators you like for free. Subscribe for more Fallout content or whatever video games I feel like talking about that day. I upload every other day at the moment, and I've been really enjoying that schedule, and I hope you guys do as well. But that's it for me. Have a lovely day.